What's up, guys? This is the 2024 ADV Open 1. I'll explain a bit more about it in a sec. We're seeing Titar into Titar. One of them stays and rock slides, so expects the other to move. Um, the Scar just gets one spike, doesn't roar, possibly doesn't have it. Just goes into the Swampert, which is always a good, almost always a good counter. We see a Cloister on the other side. Just wants to spike. Swampert doesn't do too much to it. Could have Earthquaked, of course, but then it also opened itself up to a explosion on the next turn. So he went out. Starmie goes in and goes out, I think, when Celebi comes in. Doesn't get the spin off. And there's the Titar as a Celebi answer. Celebi Calm Minds, but still has to go out now. Metagross one answer for Titar. Possibly not a Swampert on the other side. So on the bottom, we're just seeing a reasonable balanced spike team. Possibly wasn't expecting a hit of power fire to crit anyway. So there's the Scarm gone. And just gets a meter mash, but now the Metagross is gone too. Just as well, the Swampert is at full health basically, so it's not like it was going to get that much done. With Blissey as his special wall, so definitely just a nice spike team on the bottom. Cloister gets the spin off through the para, lives at 1, so that's pretty big because 2 spikes would have done quite a bit. So it still looks a bit in the favor of the top. But I could off the bottom, but I could see the top coming back without those spikes. The Swampert moved out there, possibly wasn't going to live the double edge, but he didn't know he had a double edge. I don't think. Maybe he wouldn't have lived the earthquake. That would make sense. So the Celebi is just sacked off. T-Tar's gone too. But Blissey seems a pretty good answer for both Gengar and Celebi. So we have to see what's in the back. Though I suppose this Calm Mind that was revealed earlier might make this Blissey move out. I'm not sure what their idea is. Just T-Wave it, can't hurt. And it feels a little bit desperate, but I don't know what else this Celebi has. Like, if it goes to the moon, like, I'm pretty sure it's for Celebi, unless there's a crit. So that's kind of thanks to the spikes being gone that it could get in so easily. And just start Calm Minding, because otherwise those Ice Beams might have done a bit more. But no crits so far. There's a para, so I'm not sure if another Ice Beam will do it. Definitely not after a Giga. But he's not going to risk it, or he thinks it does. So there comes the Gengar. And it looks like whatever's in the back isn't going to do it isn't going to do it. Thrusting the explosion, and with that burning, but a paralysis on the Gengar is extremely painful, of course. Um, Possibly, well, I assume it does have boom, but didn't go for it there. And it doesn't kill. It does kill the bliss here? Yeah. No, it barely survives, but Celebi kills it. And I don't know a sweeper that can get through this, I don't think. So it's close until quite late. Yeah, and that's just a forfeit. Like, I don't think even an arrow would have gone through it. But it was very back and forth. So let's just look at the end game again. Crucially gets the explosion. Blissey stays in for very long. Um, which I can appreciate it. Like, don't get me wrong, he probably, like, I think the explosion only just killed. So maybe it was a roll. Um, and he had the advantage of being able to trade down, of course, because he still had 3 more mods. So, getting those spikes off wasn't enough. So despite the Scarm getting crits early, like he did get the spike off. He did get a spike. It did cost Cloister its life, so it's kind of spike for spike. Um, so it's not that bad. He didn't have to switch that much in the end either, so the spike didn't do too much. And bringing Cloister to a team without Magneton always hurts a little bit because Scarfness can do a lot more. But I suppose that's all I have to say about this one. Let's go on to the next. Another T-Tar, V-T-Tar. Into Scarm again, so a carbon copy. Just rock slides, possibly has a spinner in the back. Another DD. I hope I'm not recording the same one. I guess we'll see. It looks pretty similar so far. It's damn it.